Today I'm delivering my 16th lecture and it's going to be on biodynamics. Biodynamics is an agricultural approach that I use at Magical Farm, and I began my journey in regenerative farming about 20 years ago with permaculture, and then I moved into regenerative farming, and about 5 years ago I dove into biodynamics. And I also was the editor of Biodynamics Tasmania's journal, and that was a really beautiful opportunity to research a lot about anthroposophic philosophy by Rudolf Steiner and biodynamics. And what I discovered in my time as editor at the journal was this amazing connection between old agriculturalists of Europe and these techniques of biodynamics, the old people of the land in Europe, and that connection with First Nations knowledge of sky country and the earth and plants, and the interconnection between the two, the interconnectedness of the whole. So the cosmology, the phenomenological, observational life systems cosmology had interconnection. And in future lectures, I will share on that book series, the First Knowledges series, which is edited by Marg O'Neill. And it's really a profound series of books written by First Nations Australians about Aboriginal wisdom, which has been over 65,000 years of stewarding the land, and sophisticated knowledge around agriculture and housing and innovation and law and plants and design. But for now, I'll stick to the biodynamics, but I just wanted to weave that connection point with the wholeness that biodynamics offers. So biodynamics, let's look at the word life, biodynamics, moving life, the interconnectedness between the life. But hey, if we don't have that consciousness of these moving parts and how to activate the conscious farmer, activating the potential between the elements of earth, air, fire, water, which is in the astrology, which is that etheric realm, the fifth element, we, through our will, the conscious will as a conscious farmer, activate those forces. And it's the most profound and natural way to be a scientist in life. And yesterday there was curiosity. In my short videos, I was doing the stir of the preparations, and people have asked the question, please explain all of this. And so I work with the herbs, the preparations, and each of those preparations, there's different herbs. There's 6 major herbs that are used in biodynamic preparations: yarrow, dandelion, stinging nettle, valerian, chamomile, casarina, and oak bark. Sorry, there's 7, of course, because Steiner did everything in 7s. 7 days of the week, 7 colours of the rainbow, 7 chakras, 7 herbs, and 7 major planets in the inner solar system. So there is this phenomenal interconnectedness of life and sacredness, and it's all really under our nose. So think of this: Monday, moon day, oak bark; Tuesday, Mars. Look at the Latin. Mars, stinging nettle. Wednesday is Mercury, is chamomile. It's such an amazing communicator, like Mercury, chamomile. It's sort of, I plant it in one part of the farm and it ends up on the other side of the farm. And then Thursday, Jupiter, dandelion. Think of the dandelion flower and the spreading out, the expansion of Jupiter and the dandelion when you blow on the seeds and it goes everywhere. And Friday, Venus Day, yarrow, a beautiful archetype of Venus. Saturday, Saturn Day, is valerian. We spray valerian over the top of the compost pile as a warming aspect, just like Saturn is protecting all those inner planets in the earth between the Sun and Saturn. And then Sunday, well, this is a funny one. It doesn't really have a herb in biodynamics, but he does talk of horsetail and casarina, and I see that very much connected to the sun because it's light giving and vitality to the trees. So I connect the two. So we put the preparations into the stir, and we create a spiral, and we activate the water and the life force, and then we go the other way. And we also put cow manure, the 500, which has been packed into a cow horn, and we also put a 501, which is the a crystal quartz silica for light bearing of trees. So biodynamics is old sacred agriculture. It's a way that a conscious farmer activates the farm. Steiner saw it as the farm as a living organism, and we needed a conscious farmer to come in to create that biodynamic activity to resolve and balance the elements. And this form of farming then gets us in touch by working with the elements in this way. We start to uncover our own innate intelligence as a human, our interconnectedness within the whole. And this is fundamental knowledge right now, as I referred to in my AI and II lecture, where I talk about artificial intelligence and it being a tool for sure to be used carefully, but maybe the artificial intelligence is an initiation point for us to uncover our innate intelligence, and connecting to the food system and biodynamic farming is a way for us to train, like think of it as training wheels, for us to get in touch with our insightful, phenomenological way of seeing the whole and the interconnectedness of the whole, and to become an ecological designer. We are all an ecological designer if we train that within ourselves, that innate intelligence within ourselves. So it's a very empowering approach. So biodynamics is not just about